My name is Nick Vujicic. I was born on December 4th, 1982 in Melbourne, Australia. When I came into the world, the doctors and my parents were shocked. I was born without any arms and without any legs. This condition is called tetra amelia syndrome. My father was so stunned he had to leave the delivery room. My mother could not bring herself to hold me at first. They were heartbroken and scared. They wondered what kind of life their son could possibly have. I have a small foot with 2 toes on my left hip. My family calls it my chicken drumstick. I learned how to use it to type on a computer. I use it to write with a special grip. My parents worked hard to help me become independent. They wanted me to have the same opportunities as everyone else. They made the brave decision to send me to a mainstream school. I was one of the first disabled students to be integrated into a mainstream school in Australia. But they fought for me. They believed I deserved a chance at a normal education. Being at a regular school meant I had to face a world that was not built for me. My parents always encouraged me. They taught me that my value was not in my body. My father would tell me, "You are a gift, just the way you are." They raised me in a Christian home, teaching me about God's love. They planted the seeds of faith that would one day become my greatest strength. They never gave up on me, and because of them, I learned not to give up on myself. Going to school was very difficult. The other children did not understand why I looked different. They would stare at me. They would call me names like monster, alien. The bullying was constant and cruel. I felt so alone and isolated. The emotional pain was sometimes worse than any physical challenge. I would come home from school crying almost every day. I questioned why I was born this way. I felt like a burden to my family and a mistake to the world. The loneliness led me into a very dark place. I fell into a deep depression. I could not see any future for myself. I thought, who would ever want to marry someone like me? I can't even hold my wife's hand. These thoughts consumed me. I felt hopeless and worthless. When I was just 10 years old, I decided I wanted to end my life. I tried to drown myself in the bathtub, but as I was in there, I had a picture in my mind of my family. I imagined them at my funeral, crying over my grave. I thought about the pain my choice would cause my mum, my dad, my brother. I loved them too much to do that to them. The love for my family was stronger than my desire to end the pain. I would pray to God, begging for a miracle. I would say, "God, please give me arms and legs. If you give me arms and legs, I will go all around the world and tell everyone about you." But the miracle never came. My body did not change. I felt angry and confused. I did not understand God's plan. Why would a loving God allow me to suffer like this? My parents never stopped encouraging me to look for the good. One day, my mom showed me a newspaper article about a man who was dealing with a severe disability. This story helped me realize something very important. I was not the only one in the world who was struggling. There were other people facing incredible challenges too. My faith became my anchor. I started to read the Bible more. One day, I read the story in the Gospel of John about a man who was born blind. Jesus answered, "Neither this man nor his parents sinned, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." Those words hit me like a lightning bolt. It was as if God was speaking directly to me. What if I was born this way, not as a punishment, but for a purpose? What if my life, my story, my struggles could be used to show God's power and love? This new perspective changed everything. I stopped seeing myself as a mistake. I started to see myself as a vessel for a message. My attitude began to shift from "why me" to "use me." I began to practice gratitude. I thanked God for my chicken drumstick. I thanked Him for my family. I thanked Him for my mind. I thanked Him for my voice. I had a choice. I could be angry about what I did not have, or I could be thankful for what I did have. I chose to be thankful. This change in my heart was the true miracle I had been waiting for. The janitor at my high school saw something in me. He told me, "You should be a speaker. You should share your story." I was terrified, but I did it. That was the beginning of a journey I could have never imagined. My pain was becoming my platform. My first speaking engagement was in front of a small group of about a dozen students. I was only 19 years old. Within minutes of me speaking, girls in the audience started to cry. One of them came up to me afterward. She hugged me and whispered in my ear, "No one has ever told me that I am beautiful the way I am." In that moment, I knew this was what I was born to do. From that small group, the invitations started to come in. I started to travel and share my story with more and more people. I have traveled to over 60 countries, stadiums, prisons, orphanages, schools. In 2005, I founded a non-profit called Life Without Limbs. The goal: share this message of hope and faith with the entire world. My message was simple. No matter your circumstances, you are not a mistake. Your life has a purpose. Never give up. Everyone needs to hear that they have value. Everyone needs to hear that there is hope. You don't need a big platform. You just need a big heart, a kind word, a helping hand, a listening ear. Today, my life is fuller than I ever imagined. I am married to a beautiful woman named Kanai. We have 4 wonderful children. I can swim, I can surf, I can skydive. With faith, hope, and love, anything is possible. My story is not about a man without limbs. It's about a God who uses broken pieces to create a masterpiece. If God can use a man without arms and legs as his hands and feet, he can use you. There are no limits to what you can do.